So as we continue to commemorate Women's Day, we look at how the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture will observe this day amid the disruption by the COVID-19 pandemic. While we commemorate women in South Africa, we will look at how women in the sports, arts and culture industries are supported by the department. To talk more about this is Deputy Minister in the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Nocawe Mafu. Deputy Minister, thank you so much for joining us on Weekend Dawn. Now, it is, of course, Women's Day today. How is the department commemorating Women's Day?
Thank you very much, Jacob, for having me, and good morning to all the viewers at home, and wishing all women in South Africa a happy National Women's Day. Maybe let me start by actually, Jacob, saying a moment of prayer for all those families that have lost their loved ones through gender-based violence and through the COVID-19, which is ravaging the country, and wish everybody that is in hospital to recover very well. Now, the Department is of Sports, Arts and Culture, remember, is a core share in terms of commemorating this day, because we do it with the Department of Women, Youth and People with Disabilities, because all national days fall within us. So that's why then we are part of the preparation and the commemoration for the National Women's Day. We are aware that women in our sector have been affected badly by this. By the pandemic itself and by a lot of gender-based violence. You know, in this sector, a lot of women are affected by payment disparities. They are paid less than men, sexual harassment, and sponsorship are always discriminating against women. And there's generally a lack of support of women in sport and women in arts as compared to men. But it's better, but it still needs to be improved.
What are some of the challenges faced by women in the sports, arts and culture industries? And how is the department helping these people facing these challenges?
Yes, as I've already highlighted some of them. One of the big ones is the issue of the sponsorship discrimination and sexual harassment. But the department have got systems in place that it has put to try and assist them. There's an organization called National Film and Video Foundation, which actually assists artists, actors, and directors on funding, you know, to be able to tell the African stories. There is Zanzi Golden Economy, which is a funding created by the department to assist creative artists with ideas, and we fund those. But also there's an art bank which help those that have got creative minds, artists in particular, to market their art effects here in the country and outside the country. Currently, as the department, we are busy with the sport, women in sport policy, which are busy with it. We're hoping to launch it by the beginning of next year, to assist the athletes, particularly elite athletes, which still needs a lot of assistance in that area.
Deputy Minister, I know you mentioned a relief fund that was made available to help out artists in the industry. My question is, how many people have actually received the funding, and how many more do you still need to hand out to help them out?
Thank you for that question, Jacob. We had assisted about 4,602 athletes and artists on that fund, which translates to about 61 million. And of course, as usual, women are less there. They are about 37% of that 4,602 is women. We had put aside an amount of 150 million to assist. So we have used only 61 million to date. So we are about to call for a second wave of this, maybe in the next few days or so. Probably by Monday, the advert will go out, and we would ask artists that have not been assisted and athletes to apply. so that we can be able to finish that funding. There will be it's not more money, it's the money that has been left from the 150 million, because we want to make sure that we use that money for what was intended for, which is the relief for artists and athletes.
All right. Now, what are the department's plans for the rest of the year 2020? I know it's been quite challenging with this COVID-19 pandemic, but will you stick to what you had planned to do for the rest of the year?
Well, one thing good is that I know everybody is a bit happy in the country because football is back as of yesterday. We are in line with the regulations and make sure that we try to relax regulations slowly, so that to make sure that we are also trying to make sure that the economy kicks back, because you are not going to deny the fact that, Jacob, both sport and arts and culture play a major role in the economy of the country. So as the country relaxes, sports and culture also will kick in slowly. So yes, some of the things that would have happened will happen in line with the regulations, but unfortunately a lot will not happen because we are still under the regulation of the COVID-19. But we really, really hope that everything will be back to normal in relation to sports, arts and culture, at least by October, November.
And then in terms of the response from the artists who have received the relief, are they using it wisely? Have they been quite thankful? And is the process of them receiving this relief fund easy?
Look, Jacob, relief is relief. It will always never be enough for what the artists have been earning or what they would have been able to make for themselves if things were normal. So obviously, there will be those that would see it as a drop in the ocean, which it is a drop in the ocean. But the whole purpose is just to make sure that at least there is food on the table, they are able to do certain things. So yes, there will be those that would not be happy, there will be those that are happy, but the majority of the artists and the athletes that have released this funding have really reached out to us as the department and the ministry, appreciating the gesture. And we therefore know that even those that are still going to receive it will be able to appreciate it. We've also extended this to the provinces because we have said there will be those that will not be able to reach as the national department. The provinces themselves must also do the same in terms of reaching out to the artists and the athletes in the provinces.
All right, Deputy Minister in the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Nocawe Mafu, thank you for your time. She was talking to us about women in the department's industries.